I don't know, situations just appear bigger and extremely negative than they actually are. What's going on? Why am I saddled with that responsibility of fighting battles? Hi my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, welcome to the family. My name is Etienne Brooks, and on this channel I take you on a journey sharing my authentic self. I share tips and lessons that I'm learning or have learned in the past and has helped me navigate life up to this point and still helping me navigate life as a young adult. It's so good to have you here once again, and thank you guys so much for sticking around with me. It means a lot to me. Before we get into the video, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please like the video, comment as you see fit, and let's get right into the video of today. This year, I mean, it's still fresh as far as I'm concerned. This year is still fresh, and when the year started, a lot of people came out saying a lot of things. It felt like this new year took a whole different turn. While some people said that the previous year was fantastic, it was good, it wasn't that bad, and people shared reels and stuff like that, like photo dumps and stuff like that, a lot of people were just barely surviving through the year, and I'm among those people who just survived the year. Like, it was so stressful for me. It was really not the best year. I mean, in fact, if I do say so myself, it was like the worst year I've ever had. And so I have people who also share similar stories or similar sentiments towards the year. And so you may have seen on Twitter, on Instagram, or even on your WhatsApp status, God, dear God, let's have a conversation. I don't want this year to be like the previous year, or I don't want to be among your strongest army, and blah, 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 and all of those things. It looked like a lot of people had it so tough that had to happen, because it's like, what's going on? Why am I saddled with that responsibility of fighting battles? Why am I going through life with situations that just teach me lessons and all of that? But I think that with life, the only thing that is guaranteed is challenges. Honestly speaking, like, we all go through life, we make plans, we hope that things will not turn out so badly, and then boom, we are met with challenges, and sometimes it's our fault, and other times it's just things that we didn't even bargain for, and it just happens like that. So in today's video, I will be sharing with you tips, or should I say, how I intend to handle challenges this year. Like, I really want to do well, because I cannot lie to myself. These challenges are going to come. Like, challenges are going to come. I'm not sure where, I'm not sure how, but it's going to definitely come. And I'm hoping that you pick or you take from those lessons or from these tips that I'm going to be sharing. The first step to handling challenges is shifting your perspective. Oh my God. I'm not going to lie. I feel like every step I'm going to mention here is going to be pointing at me, because I'm not the best at handling challenges. Like, I literally just, I don't know. Like, I know that sometimes I call myself, I like to think that I'm realistic, but I think that I am borderline pessimistic, if you know what I mean. Like, I overthink a lot. I don't know, situations just appear bigger and extremely negative than they actually are. So if I'm not getting something, I always think of the worst case scenario. I don't know if my brain is trying to protect me from when it actually happens, or if it's just, I don't know, if it's just my way of thinking. But sometimes I like to tell myself that, oh, I'm realistic. I try to put one and two together, and that way it just, I don't know, I find my way going further and further and further and further away from faith, and that's not a good thing for a Christian like me. I'm not supposed to actually see things that way. So shifting my perspective is one of the things that I'm going to really do this year. If I face any challenge, or when I face any challenge, is to try to not see things the way I used to see things, and try to not view things as though they are so terrible, or as though there's no way out of it. You can't afford to chicken out at every inconvenience. Oftentimes you have to ask yourself, what is God trying to teach you? I remember that when I started this year, or towards the end of last year, I was like, I'm done with the lessons. Like, relationship lessons, friendship lessons, whatever lesson there is in this world, I'm done. I feel like I'm a pro right now and I don't want to experience this again. But the truth is, if I'm going to be this woman that I want to be, if I'm prepping myself to be this woman that I so want to be in my head, this fantastic, amazing woman, this confident woman that I want to be, I know that challenges are going to come, obstacles are going to come. In the way of me being that successful woman, I'm going to be faced with challenges. It might be in form of people, it might be in form of even my own attitude towards things, my own behavior, the behavior of others that I've allowed to affect me. A lot of things are going to happen. For me to be able to access that success that I want, for me to be able to see myself in that light and become that woman I want to be, I have to try to look at things from a perspective of what is God trying to teach me in this situation? What is God trying to show me in this situation? Is God trying to change my behavior? Is there a toxic trait that I have? Is there a mistake that I have made that I need to try to correct? Or is this something that I shouldn't do next time? Is there a friend I need to keep at arm's length, or whatever? What's the lesson in there? No matter how horrible a situation is, there's oftentimes a lesson to learn. It could be a friend you need to keep at arm's length. It could be teaching you virtues like patience, meekness, gentleness, calmness, warmth. It could be showing you traits or showing you patterns that you need to just try and look for a way to just not do those things again. And so a great way to look at challenges is identifying the lessons. Like, identify the lessons. I'm not saying do it immediately. I'm not saying that once something happens, you're looking for the lessons. This brings me to my next point. Sit with your emotions. Job loss, friendship loss, disappointment, heartbreaks. Sit with the way you feel for some time. Communicate with yourself. Talk to yourself. Feel what you need to feel. Feel all the emotions. Welcome them inside. Because avoiding these emotions will not make them non-existent. In fact, avoiding them would just mean that you're trying to be non-human, because it's actually very human for you to feel all these things. You're being vulnerable. So it doesn't mean that you are affirming that you have ill luck or you're fated for ill things. It just means that you're vulnerable and you're willing to communicate with yourself as much as you communicate with other people about it. You're willing to communicate with yourself. You're willing to sit with your emotions, cry if you have to, release the hurt, release the pain, release the sadness. And then as soon as you're able to sit with your emotions, you know that, okay, fine, you know what, I've dealt with this. Adaptation. I know that sometimes, especially at the beginning of the year, we are going to write down things, plans. We have dreams. We have the things we want to do. We have the things. We all have things that we want to do in life. We write them down. We hope that we can do them. But with big dreams come obstacles. Like, it's just going to happen. You just don't know how. You just don't know why. You just don't know when. It's just going to happen. And so you should be able to adapt to the new situation of things. I feel like if you're going head on for something in a particular way and it's not working, you need to sit back. Not that you adapt in a way where you're laid back and you're not like doing anything about it again, or you're giving up no, you're not giving up. Rather, you're re-strategizing. You're looking for ways to adapt to the new situation of things. Remember that this is not the first time you're going through a difficult challenge ever in your life. The times where you've been there, you've made it through, nothing happened. I mean something may have happened, but you survived. The times where you were disappointed, the times where you applied in so many places and didn't get a job, the times where a project was not approved, the times where certain things were denied, the times where you were heartbroken. You survived, you pulled through it, and never forget that. Always keep that in mind, and so that it helps you recenter yourself or refocus or stay centered. It helps you just stay grounded and know that whatever it is that you're going through, the same way and the same manner that you were able to overcome the others, you'll be able to overcome this one. And I know that you may be wondering, so what if this challenge is entirely different from the previous ones? Trust me, for every single challenge that you are facing or that you have faced in the past have led up to this person that you are today. This great person that you are, this hero that you are, this person that wants to go out there and do more for himself or do more for herself. all these challenges, all these lessons that you've accumulated, all these things that have happened to you. I mean, as bad as they may have been, but they have actually shaped you into this person that you are. I'm not saying challenges always shape people into great personalities. I mean, there's a downside to it, but I'm just saying that as you enter this new year, or as you are in this new year, and as you move forward, and if and when there are challenges, that you're able to stay grounded, knowing that for the times when you were down, you were able to rise, and this time you are going to rise. And please, for the lessons that you learned, do not leave them behind. Do not leave them behind. Remember when you were heartbroken? Remember when you lost that job? Remember when you were looking for a job? The lessons that you picked on the way, do not forget them. Apply them when you are facing other challenges. Read other people's story. I mean, it makes me feel like, oh, these people faced certain challenges. They were able to call God, drag him, like cry to him, like, you know, surrender to him, surrender all the problems to God. Read people's story, like get to know the challenges that they faced, how they overcame it. That way you don't feel alone. Talk to friends, you know, talk to people, go online, watch YouTube videos, read self-help books, people that have been there, that have been kicked in their gut. Read books on them. The Bible is like my go-to. One of my favorite verses is, I think, Psalm 34 verse 1 or verse 4. It says God is close to the heartbroken or to the brokenhearted, and if you are kicked in your gut, you should call him. I'm mixing NIV and Message Bible translations now, but as usual at the end of the video I'm going to put that up so that you see you're not alone. I promise you, and I'm not even saying this because I'm trying to be dismissive. There used to be a time in my life where I used to feel like I'm probably the worst person in the world. I'm probably the only one going through this. All these successful women that I want to be like someday. All these successful women that I see, and I would love to be one of them someday. Do they make the kind of mistakes that I make? Are they the kind of people that do they go through the same things that I go through? And you will be shocked to know that, honestly, you're not alone. You are not alone. When you face challenges, do not beat yourself up. You're not the only one going through this. Reach out to people. And this brings me to another point: having a community, having people that you can talk to. You cannot do life alone. I know, yes, you're disappointed, friends have hurt you. I can't even count the number of people that have hurt me, but with the kind of love that I have decided to focus on right now in my life, the love that is provided by my friends and by my family, all the things that people did to me in the past are very inconsequential right now, I promise you. So stay grounded, have a community, talk to someone, talk to people, receive help from people, ask for help, and be willing to receive help from people. If you need to keep people at arm's length, that's great, that's fine. But understand that you cannot do life on your own. You need friends, you need people, you need someone to pray for you, you need a shoulder to lean on, you need someone to rely on. And when it's your own turn, please let people be able to rely on you. They don't even have to come with a solution. They don't have to come with this big textbook or big logbook where they have recorded their success or how they have provided solutions to people. They may not have that, but having someone to sit with you in the moment of your struggle, having someone to be there for you in the moment when you're crying, having a shoulder to lean on, having someone to just tell you it's gonna be okay, I'm here for you, we'll pull through it together. It makes life so much easier. Like, it makes life so much easier. I mean, I know that yes, we'll be fighting battles, but think about it this way: if you have an army beside you fighting this battle with you, wouldn't it be easier for you? I know people have disappointed you, like, honestly, like, if I were to go around and ask people, 9 out of 10 would tell me that, oh, they've had a best friend, they've had a boyfriend, they've had a husband, they've had a brother, they've had a sister who disappointed them. But I promise you, there are good people out there, and I pray that God leads you to these people. I'm praying that God leads me to people that are amazing. I have an amazing circle, and there used to be a time where I used to be very worried about this, but I mean, look at me today. I can actually say that I have friends, and it makes me feel so good that if I have a problem, I can reach out to someone. I may not have like friends who stay within the same space as me, but I know that if I go through something, there's always someone that is willing to go through it with me. And it's such a great feeling, because the weight on my shoulder, the burden in my heart, is lightened just by their presence. It makes a lot of difference, and you should try it out. The next point for me would be strategize. I think I've said this before, that you should strategize. Like, I know that life comes with a lot of unforeseen circumstances. Like, you don't even know what's gonna happen. Like, you literally don't know what's gonna happen, and you just have to plan. It could be in ways of, going for therapy, making sure you're organized, scheduling your events, making sure you take time to rest, self-care. It could be going for therapy, like I said, and it could be saving up money for rainy days. I mean, COVID was the worst. Honestly, sis, COVID was the worst. I don't know how I would have survived COVID if I didn't have some money. I don't know how, because it was so bad. I feel like things just went a whole notch up. Like, transportation was high for the times where we were able to go out, and then food, honestly, I don't even know what was going on. And if I didn't have savings, I don't know what I would have done. There have been times when I've not had savings, and I promise you, it was not even funny. It was not funny.
Oops, guys. So it was at this point where I mentioned my last point. I don't know, I think I missed a clip here. So the next point here is application. Apply the things that you learn, apply the things that you read. Do not just consume items, do not just consume things on social media and you do not apply them in your life.
I am a huge consumer of articles, documentaries, stories, personal development books, or at least pieces, and it's just I'm really hoping that this year I'm able to apply every single thing that I learn from those books, every single thing that I read, because it's not enough that you accumulate and you consume all of these things on YouTube, Netflix, social media, I mean the good stuff, or you read books, and then at the end of the day, it just looks like you're not applying anything. Like, you just keep accumulating, you just keep consuming, and then you're not trying them out, you're not using them. It's just useless. So I feel like this year you should stop and I too should stop, consuming things much more than we actually apply them. And just stay grounded. Like I said, I feel like I've used this term a million times throughout this video, but stay grounded, stay centered, and hopefully we handle our challenges better and we become better human beings. So guys, this brings me to the end of today's video. I'm really excited that you stayed to the end. If you did, and if not, that's okay. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share this video, share my YouTube channel, and let's grow this community together. Bye till I see you guys next time. Bye.